You're here. I was just thinking about you. Did you take in the sights of Calpheon City? Adventurer and Captain Valks. Faint time has been unexpectedly wasted. Let's get back to what's important. Parliament convenes for their regular session today. I need to... This issue cannot be avoided any longer. I must... I am a bit worried about my father, though. But then, what the... Hey, rookie. There is a small... So, you'll have to attend the council alongside me.
Oh, Isabel. I'd heard you returned, and that you have... But what brings you before the Parliament? You couldn't... And who might the person next to you be?
Supreme Counselor Enrique Enkel.
Understood, Pervious. I'll head in now. My...
I hereby call to order the 74th Council of Elionian Year 286. First, let us discuss the agenda.
The issue with trolls and sawmills is escalating. We must conscript more soldiers.
Our citizens are sinking deeper into poverty, and you're suggesting conscription. Let's start with fair taxation and...
A strong national defense guards our citizens' existence. Shall we neglect it for fear of discontent?
Then, how about House Bation? Steps up and sends in private soldiers.
Are you suggesting that the noble families take the lead?
All I'm saying is, for one who loves Calpheon so dearly, actions speak louder than words. The citizens would support him for it.
Councillor M, this is a blatant ploy to undermine our house's influence before the election.
Enough! The citizens' eyes and ears are upon us. Despite escalating attacks from trolls and sonnils, we have the Tridonites, don't we? Our focus should be on the upcoming election. This council sitting is hereby adjourned.
Though they profess to serve the nation, they are all too As the eagle's wings are buffeted by honorable Chief Counselor, may I have a moment? As the head of the Heidel branch of the Jean Merchant Guild, I wish...
Isabel.
You may speak. How is business faring? We're short on time.
Jordine Ducasse, the former Grand Chamber, the Harpy rampage at Delphi Castle was no coincidence. I believe everyone here is already aware of this. So what of the fervent speeches on national defense just now? I urge the need for full preparedness. He's not just leading Serendian soldiers. He has the... They are not merely some band of excommunicated heretics.
Isabel! What's the matter, Isabel?
Respected members of the council, may I have a moment? Alfonso Rundi. He was raising an army, if left unchecked. So then, how did the Baron manage to raise an... It's because someone here, in this very...
It's true. I'm Hervano Tita. I sacrificed everything to halt the Baron's advance. So if any... Isabel Incarosha was the one backing the Baron of
House Light, in partnership with House Encorrupt. Therefore, to avoid being wrongfully accused, regrettably, as Sir Hervano Tito said, we found evidence. Could it be that she, having faith... Honorable Chief Counselor, I believe this...
Very well. By the authority vested in me as Chief Counselor...
The Chief Counselor, too, trying to eliminate an elect...
until the...
Look, Chief Counselor! The child has cut...
A suspect with a risk of flight leaves us no choice. Today's council meeting is hereby concluded. We shall discuss the remaining matter.
Can you save my daughter? Whatever you need, name it.
Lady Isabel took such drastic measures to provide supplies.
Provide supplies to the Trina Knights. Listen, I don't do business on blind faith. If you want more faith than that, I need to see results. And there's one more thing. Alina Light. Find out unless she intends to shatter a joint vet. If she seeks to oust me from the upcoming election with my middling...
Isabel, you say? I thought you must have something that will prove Isabel's innocence. Hence, under normal circumstances, a trial would be held soon. However, if... Oh my, that's a state-owned business. That's a tough place to do business. Not much...
Hold on. The Black Crystal trade rights with Calpheon are owned by...
That's something I'll leave for you to puzzle out. It wouldn't be much of a deal if...
Fortunately, the current head of the house... He and I were inducted into the... Well, he, born into a family overflowing... We've received some provisions from House in Corosha. They're currently overwhelmed fighting the ferocious Sawmills. There you are. This is the front line against the... It's worse than we could have ever anticipated. The Sawmills have infiltrated the fort. To negotiate the Calpheon Black, we must confer with Fridri Dofrixson, the commander. Usually, I choose to avoid putting myself in harm's way. Possess such prowess. If I'd known you could fight this well, we could have bypassed the supply issue and plunged down. Perhaps the commander already foresaw our arrival. To skies we rise! Chief of Security Wolfgang Volk...
No reinforcements and dwindling rations. I was considering... It's truly a blessing that you, my old comrade, showed up to lend a hand. I must report this joyous news to Supreme Commander Wolfgang. How about you light the beacon yourself?
Me, sir? Understood. I'm back. What are you staring at? Oh. Between the recent events and stuff... Ah, well. That's a problem for few...
achieve... Now that's been dealt with, there's something you wanted to ask? Don't be shy. A war hero should ease... Aye. A suspicious character, acting rather odd. Why the sudden interest? Is there something connecting the two that you have some idea of what's going on? Come on, out with it. How can you be so sure? And why should we trust an outsider like you?
They're also a special envoy of the future Duchess, Lady...
Well, if you say I can trust the Wolfgang... So his plan is to release savage demi-humans and to then swiftly take the capital while it's devoid of defenses. It's a plausible strategy, assuming that what...
I heard that the Sawnil leader is significantly larger and we need to bait it into the castle alone and subdue it in a single...
There's one problem. Let's say I'm men are spent from the unending conflict. We don't have this...
I'll give it a solid show of my strength. And this mercenary...
I was waiting for you to say that. If you succeed...
I wish you the best, adventurer.
Resume our conversation.
Now, as promised, your reward. What do you want? Go ahead, my friend. What is it that you require?
Fridry, in truth, I require the Black Crystal trading rights. Even a minor share would suffice.
Hmm? The Black Crystal trading?
It's a long and complicated story, but it's the only way to get through a national crisis.
That's so. Very well. It's yours.
What? Just like that? That easily?
Look here. Between you and me, I've been looking for someone to take. After the strange incidents in Balanos, odd things began. Our alchemists believe black crystals are the cause. So, of course, I'll personally head to the capital to arrange for the transfer. Once this sawmill is... Besides, it's been a while since we've had...
I feel the same. But, as I've stated, stopping...
I understand. It was great seeing you again, Wolfgang. Adventurer! May the winds lift you skyward to...
He ceded the mining rights in their entirety. Here's the form for the trial postponement, as promised. I don't know what kind of ace you have up your sleeve, but good luck.
Hush! The Supreme Commander is having a private discussion with the Chief Counselor.
I'm telling you again, they're not just any... I pledged my support for you in this election. But if you continue...
I have a plan. I only ask for your continued patience.
The Knights are frustrated, close to their breaking point. And remember...
Like the swords, it seems...
I see no reason to reject your request. Fine. Trial will be put... You must have struck a favorable deal with House Light. Given that Alina Light aided you, you've come all this way just to deliver this to me. It seems there's something you want. What is it? I'm aware. Is that all you have to say?
You knew? Then why hasn't Parliament done anything?
Chief Security Officer Wolfgang Vox! Why do you... Jordine won't be more than a footnote in our history books. I think I've explained enough. Adventurer, what do you think? You can handle the Sonnels at Trina Fort. Head to the anti-troll fortification. I will send an official
So, here we are. The anti-troll... Captain Vidal, it's been a while. I'll never get used to the sight of those giants.
Chief Security Officer. Chief, did you request reinforcements? The capital...
It's not what you think. We're here to lend a hand, sir.
You're a mercenary. This is ridiculous. A knight doesn't report to a mercenary. Normally, trolls only attack people when they're hungry. Are we done here? Oh, if you want to make yourselves useful, the soldiers can't breathe with all the dust being kicked up. We'll talk...
flee here, only to be petrified.
Answer me. Where is Quint, your leader?
Long now.
You've been observing the ancient trolls as well, I see. According to records, he is described as being of massive size, tremendous strength, and the leader of the ancient trolls, nearly the size of a house. Ah, I see. So you can hear the voice of Belmont if Jordine really sought him out.
He would go so far as to resurrect those forgotten beings.
Could one person break through all those troll hordes alone? Wait, who's that behind you?
It's been a while, minion of the primordial black spirit. Did you enjoy scavenging the scraps I left behind? Yes, those measly black stones. You must be parched. Black stones are like seawater to you. Drink deep enough and they will kill you. Are you so desperate to defeat me? Look at you frantically clutching at crumbs. So sadly similar to my former self. Adventurer, you must be wondering why I'm so fixated on Calpheon. Why I've abandoned myself and even surrendered my soul to an ancient being. That is what revenge does to you. It devours you. Calpheon took everything from me. Now, I'll take everything from Calpheon. As the King of Serendia!
Your Majesty, the Shadow Knights are at your service.
Come, loyal servant of Hexa. The revenge I have sought for over a decade begins now. Burn down Calpheon. Farewell, my Durette.
Let us know.
That really have been the same Geordie. Despite all our best, that no longer matters. It's time I return to my... It will be our final battle.
Men rush to war. Get up now, this swine.
Calpheon needs you now more than ever. In the name of the Trina Knights, I vow to shield
you are, please join us. Our soldiers are struggling to hold...
Don't let enemies inside Calpheon.
Here you are at long last, adventurer. Incredible. So many black stones I left behind for you, yet you remain unaffected. A shame. You would have made a perfect pawn. No matter. It seems you are the last obstacle in my way. I shall tear you apart and take Calpheon as my own. For so long, I've dreamt of nothing but this moment. To become the heir of Serendia, to bring Calpheon to its knees. Even if you, adventurer, stand in my way, today my dream becomes reality. I'm sacrificing myself! Belmont! I surrender myself to you entirely!
Might this be the end of the Republic?
Adventurer, you held out well.
We stand ready to banish the darkness back to the void.
The origin of ancient light has a final step to call forth the light. Adventurer, we need your power. Pader mensam eltahemni godana. Kafras.
I see. This shall be the end of my aid.
Adventurer, now's the time. Finish him off.
Curses. Mother, Father, my journey may end here. Ow. Please tell Jerry I'm so sorry. And adventurer, I wish we could have been friends.
We won. Victory is ours. The Republic has won! All hail the triumphant hero! Adventurer, you're the savior of Calpheon. More importantly, how are you feeling? It's been days. That's a relief. We've all been concerned. How about paying a visit to Lady Isabel? There's likely less of...
seeing you move about. It seems like my trial is today. They're going ahead with it right after Jordine's defeat. How do you remember the blade Jordine was wielding? That information came from Professor Alustin himself. Sir Edmund Dawson, the manager of the... Regardless, if we retrace Edmund's tracks, we're bound to find something. After his death, I was the first to his residence, and obtained his ledger for my efforts. Thanks to that, we could avoid the judiciary...
He has regained consciousness. Chief Valentine is very...
Good. You've given me all the courage I need, adventurer. So I won't be backing down now.
This must be it. It appears to be a very... Oh, here it is! Lady Isabel's words were true. It states that a sword obtained from an unidentified individual, judging by the recorded size, material, and shape. Will this be enough to defend her? Oh, the trial is about to commence. We must rush to the Callus...
Court of the First Criminal Department of the Callus Parliament is now case number 286-192. Are both sides in attendance?
Plaintiff Elena Light, Your Honor.
Defendant Isabel N. Karosha, Your Honor.
Plaintiff, specify the accusation made against the defendant and provide justification.
As many of you know, I discovered some unusual transactions while balanced the funds used for the acquisition of the Heidel League of... I immediately informed the Duke of Serendia and had him... Then, Isabel arranged for him to collude with the... Clearly, it was a plot to eradicate the legacy of our... The vile Encarosha scheme was to seize Your Honor, I submit the ledger of the manager...
The stench of conspiracy wafts from that end. Why would the daughter of an esteemed representative attempt...
Instead of providing concrete evidence like the plaintiff, it seems the defendant...
Adventurer, the record of the Ashen Usurper. Did you find it? I knew you would, but proceed with caution. Elena Light...
Hero of Calpheon, you have something to say? Considering the special nature of this case, we did not permit either. However, out of respect for your contributions, which will forever, I, Herman Foresio, grant you the right to speak under my authority.
Great hero of Calpheon. Or perhaps my arguments and evidence were so flawless. The defendant, fully aware that the Blackstones, it's evident that she exploited this situation to forge a link. We have the ledger of Sir Edmund Dawson, the extraction mill manager. There's no way little Miss an unidentified sword.
I will admit the evidence from both sides. Let's see. What the defense is questioning among these records is the sword without...
That's correct, Your Honor. The sword is known as the Ashen... So, according to the ledger, the first one to make initial... None other than Sir Edmund Dawson. Not House
It's just some old sword without... House Light oversees the extraction mill. But at that time, Isabel Incarosha was in charge.
Enough!
Your Honor, I would like to call as my witness the man...
You handed over such an item to the enemy of the Republic. For what reason did you deliver such a thing to him? Tell us the reason.
At that time, I was in the midst of this. A woman came to see. She introduced herself as Elezra. She said that if I gave the sword, the Ashen Usurper... Looking back now, it was a ridiculous deal. But at that time, I was in a tight... Yes. So I hastily... The Grand Chamberlain later used that gift to make...
Considering this, the ledger submitted by House Light...
You already had a card up your sleeve. You truly have what it takes to become the head of House and
Isabel in Karosha, have you prepared your final argument?
Respected Chief Counselor, Council members, and esteemed citizens of our great Calpheon. A family obsessed with expanding their enterprise and caring only for coin. An arrogant family of peddlers audaciously aiming to engulf the prestigious House Urn and masquerade as nobility. We of House and Karosha are well aware of such public sentiments. We won't deny it. After all, it's the truth. However, as members of the sacred Callous Parliament, our house has never committed a shameful act against the Republic. I implore you, do not misconstrue my efforts, my tireless endeavors to crush Jordine's ambition. Do not misinterpret my desire to protect the Republic of Calpheon and its citizens. With tears and hope, I ask you to show that justice still lives on in the Republic. That is all.
All the evidence presented by the hero of Calpheon unequivocally reveals the truth of this case. For the hearing of case number 286-192, suspected collusion with Jordine Ducasse, I find the defendant not guilty.
This is all thanks to you, adventurer.
With this, the hearing for case number 286-192.
Nice dirt grouse.
Don't you feel sad now that you're leaving? You must be anxious to move on. We will continue to track down...
I'm off to Badia. An ancient ruin has been discovered there. The Shen Merchant Guild has contracted me to form an expedition group. If you continue to pursue Alezra, we'll likely meet again. Badia is... I've been to Belenos to see the ancient stone chamber, but it's my first time in Velia.
Careful not to get lost in the darkness. Follow my voice. I'm relieved to see you're all right. This is a most ominous darkness we have among us. Where could this have come from? Castle? Oh, see. This energy comes to us from very far away. Something must have happened in Media.
Men rush toward.
This must be why all the boats to Alta Nova have been cancelled. Hurry, we need to find a boat to Media. Everyone is so afraid that they don't want to send boats out to Media. Seems like it'll take some time. I'll try to find a ship offering passage by any means possible. Can you wait for a while?
A little darkness and everyone thinks the world has come to an end. Seeking a boat to Media? Not all of us are cowards, at least. If you want, I can give you a ride. I didn't see you had others with you. My ship isn't made of space. I only have room for one of you. You'll have to decide who goes. Take your time if you need it.
Nothing really to discuss here, is there? My business requires that I travel to Media with Alustin anyway. You head to Media ahead of us. I'm sure we'll meet again soon.
Sirare's prophecies came true. Media Castle has vanished, and the 3 days of darkness has left its mark on us. It's all over.
I don't even want to think about it. Sirare's prophecies have yet to be wrong. We can't change anything. Wish she'd keep it to herself.
Shigu, hey, shit up.